I wanted to talk about one thing today. That one thing being, there it is. Is it worth it? Is what you're doing worth it? Are your relationships worth it? Are going back to relationships worth it? And that's what I wanted to talk about. I want to talk about going back to a relationship. And there's friendships, intimate relationships like partners and stuff, romantic, whatever you want to call it. And there's family relationships. And I feel like sometimes we just try to, oops, sorry for hitting the mic. Sometimes we just want to go back to an old relationship. We want to go back to those memories that we had with people. I feel like I want to highlight romantic relationships and close friendships. I feel like I want to highlight those because I feel like those are the things that we chase the most. I feel like those are the things that we want to have back, a close friendship with that one person that we don't talk to anymore, or a loving, trusting relationship with that, in my case, with that girl that I dated, or that you've dated, or whatever, or that boy you've dated. Depends on who you are, what you like, but that's nothing for me to judge. And, you know, there was this one relationship I was in for a year. It was great, but it was a mutual breakup. That's all I'm going to say. And, it affected me pretty hard. And there was this one day, a couple weeks later, where I thought about hitting them up again. Thought about hitting her up, honestly, really. But I didn't. Because I asked myself this question: is it worth it? And it's, really a simple thing, really. Really simple. But once you really ask yourself that and you let yourself get deep into thought and really feel what you're asking yourself, you can really start to see a major difference in the way you in what you do and how you do things. Really, it's amazing. And I feel like we are impulsive without even realizing it almost. Not necessarily impulsive, but we act sometimes without giving real thought on what we're doing. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. Well, in most cases it is, but not always. We just get impulsive. I know I'm just gonna repeat it myself, but it's an okay thing because we all have our faults and it's okay. But the thing is, we can't just let that slide. We can't just agree. We can't just be like, that's how I am. Who cares? That's how I am. People just have to accept me. And not necessarily that's how people accepting you, it's about how you accept yourself. You should never accept your faults. You should always work on yourself. And I'm not saying to give yourself a hard time. I'm not saying to like hate yourself. I'm just saying you should always want to improve. You should always want to be the best version of yourself. And why give up on those things and everything you've done now when you've worked so hard to get where you are now? When you've done so much for yourself. So why give all that up now? And I feel like we're just impulsive without realizing. I want to go back. I want to touch on that a little bit more. I feel like we're impulsive without realizing. I feel like we just make these decisions like how I almost texted my ex saying, "Hey, I low key miss how we used to be." But that's the thing. We're chasing what it used to be, not how it is now. And I feel like without even realizing it, we just chase those memories, man. We go after feelings that aren't being felt anymore. We're going after memories that are just memories of the past. We just can't accept that the future is different now. Or that it's the present, really, that the present is different from the past. And it's a hard thing to know, it's a hard thing to just accept. And I feel like there's a couple things you should try when you're doing something that you don't know if it's worth it. I feel like, meditating. That's one thing you could do. That's I've done that in the past, couple weeks, about a month or two now. I started meditating, really. It really helps. It's a really great thing, I'm not gonna go into it and how to do it. If you're really curious, just look up how to watch it on the same platform you're watching this on. just you know, better to do your own research than just hear it from me. But also journaling, writing down like pros and cons of, you know, doing whatever you're about to do. Like let's say getting back in a relationship. Pros, they treat me with love and respect, but cons, they cheated on me. They broke my trust. And that's another situation. Those people that you're looking to get back with in those intimate romantic relationships, they did you so dirty. But I don't know all y'all stories, but they could have done you so dirty. They could have cheated on you, lied to you, manipulated you. But you want to go back to how it began. You want to go back to when it was all sunshine and rainbows. You want to go back to when it was all love. But it's just not like that anymore. It's just different, and that's a hard thing to accept, really. And I'll say this again. It's the title of the video. Is it worth it? Always ask yourself that. You know, this video is already long enough, 6 minutes, but wanted to end it off. Just some things I think of. You know, today at school. Yeah, I'm a freshman in high school. For those of y'all don't know, um, we had a motivational speaker today, and what he was telling us, it was inspirational. Really, I almost cried a little. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't know, however much aura that is lost, I don't even care. But it was just really a sentimental thing, and I feel like s- I feel like telling y'all what he told us. His name was Reggie. But anyways, that's all I wanted to talk about tonight. I'll catch you guys. I love you guys. Thanks for all the support and love y'all show me. Y'all are great. Thank y'all. Have a great, beautiful night. Peace.